Today I'm taking an unplanned walk, and I brought my GoPro and my Sony Alpha 1 and my Sony 200 to 600 millimeter lens. This is an unplanned walk looking for early spring birds, and I just found one right behind me, right up in here. I just photographed a golden-crowned kinglet. Before the kinglet flew up in this tree, it was in a bush right in front of me. And I was very happy with these photos. They have a lot of bright, bold colors, a lot of good detail. And it began to dawn on me, the purpose of this video should be me sharing my camera settings to help out some of you. That sure was fun. As you can see, it is a cloudy day, so my plan is to shoot wide open at the widest aperture at 200 millimeters, that is 5.6. At 600 millimeters, which is where I shoot most of the time, it's f6.3. The goal is to let as much light as possible into the camera. Soon I came across a bird I haven't seen in quite some time. It's a fox sparrow. I don't know why. I know they're in Ohio, but I rarely see one, and I was excited to get some photos. The fox sparrow was being very patient, so I decided to move and try to get another look and maybe get a little better light on this little sparrow. Even though the lighting is not ideal, I was very happy with the way these photos turned out. And so my goal is to continue to share my settings with you in the hope that you too can get better photos in less than ideal lighting. Wow, first I see a golden-crowned kinglet and I get it large in the frame, and then I see a fox sparrow. I love that bright speckled brown color. They are wonderful. And I'd love to tell you a fun fact about fox sparrows. They are among the fastest nest builders. A female fox sparrow can begin building a nest at sunrise and have it ready to receive eggs by dusk. This Carolina chickadee caught an early spring insect, and I caught this one in mid-hop. I'm shooting in aperture priority. That is my preferred mode. I like it because it allows me to be highly responsive out in the field. I can quickly take a shot at any bird that appears in a matter of moments, because all I really have to do is set the aperture and the camera selects the shutter speed. However, I do set a minimum shutter speed so that if I get a fast bird like a warbler or like that kinglet, which move very quickly, I can get a fast enough shutter speed to freeze motion and get good detail. So aperture priority, I'm not saying it's the best mode or the mode or the perfect mode. It's simply how I prefer to shoot. I just got another look at a golden-crowned kinglet right in there on the other side of this small stream. And I took a shot. However, it wasn't as large in the frame as that first one, but it was still a fun encounter. They appear to be working their way through the brush. I also want to share with you that I'm shooting an auto ISO. Now, I prefer auto ISO because I can set it and forget it. The camera selects the ISO. However, I do have some influence over it. I can set the ISO limit at anywhere I want. Usually I have it at 6400. Today I have it at 1/4000. And I set my minimum shutter speed to 1/4000th of a second in case I encounter an early season spring warbler like a palm warbler or a pine warbler. However, that's highly unlikely, but I still want to be ready. And kinglets do move very quickly, just like warblers, so I'm glad I had my shutter speed set high because I was able to freeze motion with that first golden-crowned kinglet. I see a male downy woodpecker. Male downy woodpeckers have a red spot on the back of their head, which you may be able to see. You certainly can see it in these photos. Even though it is an overcast day, the light is diffused very nicely, so I'm not having to increase my exposure very much, although I do compensate. When you are looking up, you can see that the trees look very dark against that bright sky. Well, so do the birds. So when I'm shooting up high, I increase my exposure. If I'm shooting at eye level, for example, right through here, it's not as backlit. The light is much better. I can see color, I can see detail. I don't have to use much exposure at all. And I'm heading in this direction, and if you look at those trees in the distance right over there, they're actually brighter. The light is diffused very nicely, and I don't have to use or adjust exposure at all. But it is a tool to be used to help get the right exposure. Sometimes you go a little too dark, sometimes you go a little too light, but you can always adjust it in post. That is true as long as you don't over or underexpose to an extreme. Ooh, there's a big bird up there. It's way up there. Not sure what it is. I'll try to get a closer look with my other camera. It's a bald eagle. I'm actually fishing at a bald eagle. That's crazy. I've got a nice view there. Can you see it? Through the GoPro, it looks like it's a mile away. Trust me, it's not. All right. I thought I found a spot with a great view, but when I looked through the lens, no. There was a big branch in the way. That's not good. There's a branch right in front of his eye. Wow. I need to find a better look with no branches in the way. How frustrating. Thankfully, this eagle is quite patient. I continue to move to try and get an even better look. I'm maneuvering for a better shot without, hopefully, branches in the way. Could this be the spot for an amazing photo? Nope. Oh, that's horrible. Horrible. It's amazing how patient this eagle is. It's as if it wants me to get a great shot. Okay, I think I have a look. Yes, that's more like it. That's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah. I've got a great look. I just got some shots of the eagle as it flew away from that perch. Getting these shots was an absolute rush. The smile on my face is a natural high. Another method I like to use when I'm out birding is to pre-focus. For example, I just changed the batteries in my camera, and then I spotted a little tree right over here, and from where I was standing, I selected an open view of one of the branches, and I focused in on it. And the reason is very simple. As I am walking, I do expect to see birds to appear in this brush. At least that's what I hope. And by pre-focusing, when I raise the lens and put it on the bird, I'm practically already focused in. All I have to do is hit my back button, autofocus, and get the perfect focus. Also, when you pre-focus on a spot, your camera focus, when you're in autofocus, it doesn't search a lot. If you've ever taken aim at a bird and it just won't focus on the bird, it's focusing on pretty much everything else but the bird. When you pre-focus, you practically eliminate that. You raise your camera lens, you put it on the bird, it's already practically in focus. That's a good tip. I hope you use it, and I hope it works for you and you get some better shots. I could have explained that better. I hope you get the idea. Now I just need a bird to show up over here. Let's take a break for a moment from camera settings. I just want to share how much I love getting out in nature and looking for birds and other wildlife. I love the fresh air, I love the exercise, and let's face it, it really is a natural high. It is raining. I don't know if you can tell that it is. However, this video is ending the way it began, with golden-crowned kinglets. I was walking along this tree line and I began to see them. They were pretty much following me, and they appeared to be posing like this one, so I accommodated them by taking some more photos. What fun! The camera settings and tips I've been sharing with you are what has helped me get photos like this in what many would consider to be poor lighting conditions. I hope the camera tips I shared with you help you get better photos, or at least gave you some ideas to try out on your next outing. Until the next time, happy birding.